By now, I'm pretty sure everyone remembers this. That's right, Arceus Legends, with so few frames that you can count them on one hand. It's a turn-based strategy game rivaling chess. But fear not guys, Bloomberg has the answers for you, and I cannot scroll because I am not willing to disable adblock to read this. So instead we're going to use this lovely Nintendo's article that has actually summed up all the good news about us about a Nintendo Switch Pro, and this is going to tie into Pokemon Arceus, Legends Arceus very, very neatly. But of course, for anyone who is still salty right now, Pokemon has actually released a little mystery gift for anyone who does want to ease the pain a little bit, so you guys can go into your mystery gift section right now and get a mystery gift with a code and password. That code and password I'm going to show you right now. Bam! Right there guys, Adventure B9F, and that is what you'll get. It's not too hype, but some XL candies is nothing to snuff at. So since I was banned on my previous Switch and now I'm starting new on a whole new file, we're going to go ahead and do that because I need the 12 extra large candies. Adventure B9F, just like that, throw it in. It doesn't have to fill up all the squares, and you do not need Nintendo Switch Online. Bam! We get our item set gifts, and there's a couple of little things that are just gonna help you along your way if you are still playing this game. Of course, this has still got a bit of shelf life in it until Diamond Pearl comes out, so bam, I got myself a nice juicy a couple of XL candies that I don't think I'll need to use ever, but it's always good to have them just in case Sysbots get banned. And just in case you weren't paying attention to past Blaines yesterday, there's another mystery gift out there right now that you guys are going to be able to get yourselves a nice mystery den in the haunted tower, the abandoned watchtower in the wild area. I'm going to leave that video on at the end of this video if you guys want to watch that and get yourselves that. This is the item that you can actually get in the mystery gifts right now, and it actually just activates the watchtower lair den, which is for promoted event dens that you can get from GameStop and whatnot, and that's that. So if you guys want to see how that is, please keep watching till the end. You'll see that video at the end for you. Now, as for the Nintendo Switch Pro guys, it looks like we got some new information leaked by Bloomberg in a second article. Now, these Bloomberg people are being very naughty leaking things that are from other big companies, because that's not normally Bloomberg's MO, but they seem to be going pro with this, and this is all about the Nintendo Switch Pro. So here's everything that has been leaked for it and what it means for the future of Nintendo, the Nintendo Switch, and of course Pokemon Legends Arceus. Nvidia is working, this is something we know already, Nvidia is working with Nintendo to produce a chip that's going to be a DLSS, which is deep learning super sampling technology in the actual console itself, which is supposed to make the screen, which we're going to be getting an upgrade to in HD, to apply it to 4K, okay? So basically it's not real 4K that you're going to be getting, but the DLSS makes it 4K on a screen, okay? So it just sort of does that without losing the quality somehow. That's sort of a gimmick, sort of a trick or a technique used by this DLSS. That's what it is. That's the whole point of it. So you don't have to have super high-end hardware or expensive hardware to make a machine that can actually still produce 4K under the limit. Now, of course, this may mean the machine will get a little warmer, so be careful of that. Keep that in mind. I don't know. I'm not a technician in this sort of field, but it is possible and seems likely just from my own experience of using these things. However, it is a nice step up as well. We do get finally like full 4K that we can use. Of course, if we are a streamer and such, we're using our monitors, so it's still going to be nice HD or whatever. It's still going to be fine. Probably not going to notice much of a difference unless you're using a big TV. Now, this is one of the things we were discussing before, this point here, which we were not sure of and it wasn't leaked in the previous Bloomberg article, and this is whether or not there's going to be increased performance for the next console. That's something that I felt for me was a vital selling point, and if it wasn't there, I wasn't going to get it, but it looks like we may be able to get that with this Nvidia patch, okay? So this hardware coming with Nvidia is going to increase the frames per second, possibly, and the artificial intelligence is, like I said, is going to produce it up to 4K. Now that is 4K upscaling, and that is using artificial intelligence, guys, so keep that in mind, that the tech that you're going to be getting, the hardware itself, is still not going to be quite matching native 4K. Other things like cameras or TVs that use 4K have hardware in it that's going to be a lot more expensive, and that would make those hardware much more expensive overall, that the Switch is not going to have, because the Switch is relying on AI instead. instead. But honestly, if it works, it works. I don't really mind how it goes, just as long as the quality is the same. Another key selling point is the increased memory. I mean, on my first Switch, I played only a couple of games, honestly, and I still ran out of space. I had to buy an SD card anyway, so that's that done, you know. But a greater RAM and storage memory would be great. That's gonna be very, very welcome, I gotta say, for everybody probably. And an OLED tech screen that's gonna be coming in place of whatever we have now. I'm not even sure what we have now, but it's whatever. It's kind of screen. I don't really use handheld either way, so I don't know if an OLED is going to affect me using this on the monitor. I don't think it will. At least we have the upscaling for the graphics of 4K. That's probably all that's going to be affected for me, because I don't really play it in handheld either way. So if you guys are playing in handheld, OLED is probably going to be a quality of life improvement for you guys. You're going to be able to see something a lot nicer. It might be a little bit bigger too, guys, but keep in mind. And of course, one of the big rumors is that it's going to be released at the same price of a current Switch, or just a little over the price of a current Switch, which is at $400, or rather $399 is the more accurate one, which I think is phenomenal, and of course really reflects the things we discussed about it using or relying on AI to upscale instead of using the actual tech to get it natively, okay? So that's keeping that in mind, guys. Like I said, that is possibly something that will heat up your machine if you use it for a long time, so I'm going to be a little concerned about that when I'm doing like streaming, but since it will be plugged into my dock, whatever the dock might be able to do or come with, which is something we haven't heard from, hopefully it doesn't do that, so we'll just see about that when it comes, but I do plan on getting one at some point anyway. It's going to be very useful to do competitive Pokemon Unite on. There is, of course, another big game that's going to be getting a big boost from this. Also, possibility to boost how much content there's going to be in this game. That is, of course, Breath of the Wild 2, which we haven't heard anything from, and we are expecting to hear news from in the next digital E3 in June, or whenever that does take place. So, hopefully, there's going to be a lot more, a little bit of an upscale on this game too, so it can be adapted and implemented in a new Nintendo Switch that is, of course, more powerful. That's something I'm going to be looking forward to, along with more content and such, to be able to run it smoothly. Of course, there were a couple of frame issues here and there sometimes, and that does happen in a lot of games, even Pokemon, of course, so keep that in mind, that the next Switch may get rid of those slight problems. As for Legends Arceus, hopefully it doesn't really look exactly like this. Hopefully an increased powerful Switch allows Game Freak and the Pokemon Company to actually adapt this to make it look a lot smoother, because of course those trees look like something from Microsoft 98 or Windows 98 or whatever, and these frames, they're so few that I can count them on one hand, and there goes that Shinx. You can actually see the ball moving step by step as if it's a turn-based. I mean, like, you know, it does look pretty, you know, people have criticized this, let's just be real. And I mean, I think that having a more powerful Switch realistically gives them the time to adapt this and upscale it to something a lot smoother. That's all they need, something a little smoother looking and smoother running, and I'm sure a more powerful Switch with an Nvidia thing and upscaling is going to allow them to do that. And if they don't do that, guys, of course the fan base is going to be in uproar, just like they were for Sword and Shield. I mean, of course the fan base is divided. A lot of people liked it, and a lot of people were concerned about it and angry, so you're going to have that increasing, I guess. You're going to have that divide widening even further if they give us the game as it looks in this trailer. Last but not least, guys, is this a reminder that we're doing the giveaway for Mewtwo tomorrow. This is a shiny Mewtwo from Pokemon Go. Of course, it will be in a Premier Ball, as people did point out. It will be in a Premier Ball, so don't worry about that. That's going to happen tomorrow, and everyone will be able to get one. So good luck. Drop a sub to make sure you do get that thing, and make sure you have your little bell ons as well. There's going to be like 5 different bots also running the trades for these, as well as me doing it manually, so you guys have like no excuse not to get it. They're going to be holding ability patches and our Master Balls, so good luck with that, guys, and I'll see you for that tomorrow. Thanks everyone for coming. I hope you enjoyed and get your mystery gifts and all that, and good luck with the Nintendo Switch Pro. I can't wait. Hopefully that does come very soon, because we are expecting announcements for release dates for Pokemon Unite very soon. Of course, that's not going to rely on a more powerful Switch, but a more powerful Switch will of course give you a slight competitive edge, possibly. Well, we'll see. And of course, with the upcoming games, it's just going to run smoother, and every game that you have as well will still run smoother. So hopefully we do get some information on that more sooner rather than later. Of course, Nintendo have been tight-lipped about it. The only source we've had is from Bloomberg, which is obviously a big upscale mainstream media outlet. You know, fake news is here and there a big problem and all that, but you know, this is gaming news. It's not political, so they don't really have a motive. So you know that we can kind of take it at their word on this one. But thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you guys around in the next video or the stream tomorrow. Till then, guys, bye.